Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. This is the Warriors are officially NBA champions. Yeah, they're officially NBA champions. They win Game 6 of the NBA Finals to clinch the title, 103-90. I'm gonna be breaking down the game. Talk about the Warriors winning the title, break down the NBA season, um, and yeah, just go over what happened. I guess first we'll kind of go over like the stats and stuff like we usually do, and then we'll get on to the storylines and all that. And yeah, we'll talk about both teams this season and all that. So yeah, just to recap of everything. But the game itself, man, it was all right. I mean, the Celtics jumped out to a pretty big lead in the first quarter, but then the Warriors ended up winning the first quarter actually. By 5 points, it says there. But yeah, the Celtics jumped out to a quick lead, and then the Warriors went on a run and all that. And I mean, the Warriors just really outplayed the Celtics today. That's all it is. I mean, the turnovers. The Warriors were insane defensively. They went God mode defensively. Steph Curry was great defensively as well, which is a surprise. Two steals today. And just yeah, the Warriors were just locking them down. Gary Payton the second. He also played really well today. But yeah, Steph Curry dropped 34. Yeah, just the Celtics just struggled today. Way too many turnovers. I mean, yeah, and then just for the Warriors, everybody turned up. Clay 12, Steph Curry 34, Wiggins 18. He's been amazing this series. Draymond Green with 12. This was his best game of the series. He almost got a triple double. And then you have Poole off the bench. I thought Gary Payton played a great game. Um, and yeah, Kevon Looney as well. I thought he played decent. But yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. So yeah, the Warriors are champions. Yeah, I just thought, like I said earlier, they just outplayed them. The Celtics just way too many turnovers. They weren't shooting. I mean, they shot okay, I'd say. You can see there, but just it's not good enough. Jalen Brown at 34. He was probably. I thought he really did play well. Was really giving it his all today. Jason Tatum, I don't know. It's frustrating, man, with Jason Tatum. I don't know. I don't even know what to think right now because game one he didn't have a great performance and they won. But you have to let it go because I mean, 13 points. That's it. That's not great. Obviously, 7 assists, 6 for 18. Yeah, he just had another bad game shooting. Um, I don't know what percentage that is. I can't do the math right now, but um, yeah, just I mean, he's a young player. He's going to be inconsistent. We'll get to that later, I guess. The Celtics' future and all that, but yeah, Jason Tatum's he's still a young player. He is your star player, so you have to expect him to really deliver. I guess you've seen numerous young players lead their teams to the finals when they were his age, but yeah, it's just he was really good this playoff run. He had some really good games, but he also had some really bad games. He can be very inconsistent at times, especially in the playoffs. He's still young though, so I'm looking forward to the rest of his career. Obviously, Robert Williams. This is another great guy. He played great today, but yeah, just they came short. And it was the turnovers really. Jason Tatum had 5 turnovers today. And in total they had 22 turnovers today. So yeah, the Warriors had 15, I think. Yeah, 15. So, yeah, over 20 turnovers. That is not great. That is not great. Um, but yeah, what else is there to say about the game, man? Yeah, the Celtics were. I mean, they did go on like a 12-0 run at some point in the game. Warriors probably gonna win next year. We'll see about that. I'd hope not, um, but yeah, the Celtics did kind of like they were down by double digits for pretty much most of the game, I would say. And then for some of the game, they kind of got it down to 9, and then they also got it down to like 8 at one point, but that was it. They never really were able to cut into the deficit more after they would reach that 9 points or 8 points down mark. And the Warriors would just go down on the other end and just get a bucket. So the Celtics defense was not good at all today either. I didn't say that yet, but yeah, the Celtics defense just it wasn't good enough at all. And they are one of the better. I think they're like the best defensive teams in the NBA, but just today they weren't able to bring in. I was really hoping the Celtics were going to win today just because a game 7, man. We haven't had that in the NBA Finals in so long. It's been last time it happened was the Cavs Warriors in 2016 when LeBron won his third championship. But Um, but yeah, that's pretty much yeah. That's I mean, yeah, it was just great defense by the Warriors. And just very bad defense by the Celtics. And yeah, Curry had 34. Yeah, just Curry was insane in this series as well. You know, he I don't know how much. I think he may have been averaging like 30 plus points. Game four of this series was probably like his best game. So yeah, Steph Curry there for you. And yeah, like I said earlier in the video, he was great defensively, man. But I guess that's it about the game itself. I guess we'll get on to, who won Finals MVP. Stephen Curry wins Finals MVP. You know, we just finished talking about him, I guess, but I'm gonna try to find stats right now. Um, Steph Curry Finals stats. So, and I'll try to find it. I might not be able to find it, but I mean, like, yeah, okay. Okay, they have like everything here. Okay. Um, it doesn't say how much he averaged, so. But okay, hold on. I think this works. So we have so he dropped 34 in this game. He dropped 16 in the last game, but that was Wiggins' game, so he was covered. Like I said in the last video, whenever Steph Curry didn't play that well in the finals, his teammates had his back. 43 in game 4, which was probably the best game of his career. One of the best games of his career. 31 points in game 3, 29 in game 2, and 34. So yeah, he definitely. I think I can wait. Hold on, I can average that out real quick. I'm just gonna go for the points because I don't really feel like doing the assists. But so he just dropped 34, 34 plus 16 plus 16. Um, 3, 31 plus 34 divided by. Okay, I got the wrong like numbers. Okay, I don't really care, but it's safe to say he averaged something between something like 30 points or something like that per game. Um, so yeah, Steph Curry. This is big for his legacy. He wins his first Finals MVP. And this is big. And this is gonna lead to a lot of debates now. As we know, I mean, a lot of people are Golden State Warriors fans, and they always praise Curry the highest and all that. But this is going to lead to a lot of debates. Is he better than Magic? Is he the greatest point guard of all time? Because I think you could definitely consider him up there. I don't know if he's better than Magic. That's a debate for another day. I don't want to discuss that right now, really. Um, but yeah, Magic. I mean, Magic was legendary as well. So, and I was not born. Like I was not born, to watch him. So I don't really know what the energy and the hype around him really was back then. But um, I don't know. I personally, I'd still take Magic. Seeing the highlights and everything. He's Magic is probably a top 5 player of all time. Is Steph Curry a top 5 player of all time? I simply can't put him there. I'm sorry, but I can't. But I think Steph Curry. I think he might be a top 10 player of all time or borderline top 10. I don't know, but yeah, this is huge for his legacy. Is he? I don't know. I mean, as an individual player, I don't think he's better than like Kevin Durant and all those guys, but this is greatness. This is his 4th championship, and this championship was different than every other championship I'd say he's won. He's won 4, right? So one against the Cavs, I'd say that one. I mean, Iguodala won the MVP, right? He was a younger player. He was the MVP that year. And then you have KD, the KD years. KD's really the star of that team, and Curry's more in the shadow. And then you have this year. This year was unique because Curry he leads this team to the championship. The Warriors are a very interesting team because they have veterans like Draymond Green, Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevon Looney, Andre Iguodala. Then you have the younger guys, um, and then you had Kuminga, what's his name, Moody. So I mean, they didn't play in the finals that much, but like they did contribute to the season. I mean, they are young, so I guess that's why they didn't play in the finals. But they did contribute in the season. They did contribute in the playoffs as well. I think Curry is top 15. Yeah, I could see that. I think he was already. I don't know. He was like borderline top 15. before this, but I think this finals win, this finals MVP, it might move him like a few ranks ahead. I'm not gonna lie. I think it really does. Um but yeah, and then you have guys like Clay Thompson. Like, yeah, Clay Thompson's this is huge for him because he was injured for all those years. He was injured. He wasn't the same. Obviously after coming off both those injuries, he was not going to be the same. But you know, I'm really happy for him. Even though I'm not a Warriors fan, I didn't want the Warriors to win the finals. But you have to be happy for a guy like Clay. Since he had both those injuries and now he's back and now he's an NBA champion again. So I mean, I have to respect that. Draymond Green, he had a good season. He was in consideration for like DPOY, I think. Um, and what else? What else? Oh yeah, Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins. I think yeah. What a season from him. This was the best season of his career. Like, I really like him. He's a perfect fit with the Warriors because he's not the best player on the team. He's not the main scorer on the team, and you can't you don't have to ask that much from him. He's more of like he's more of a luxury type player. Like, not gonna lie, because you have stars like Curry, Draymond, Klay Thompson, and then you have him who can just do there's not much pressure on him in this team because there's stars like that. And I really like this fit for the Warriors. He scored 18 tonight, but he averaged like 18 in the finals as well. But I really like this fit for the Warriors, and he was a first time All-Star starter this year. He was actually a starter in the game, which was that was huge. And Andrew Wiggins. It's cool to see a player. He on Minnesota, he was like the main scorer. Like, he was with Cat, yeah, but like he was the main scorer, and there was a lot of pressure on him. It was clearly not working out. Him being one of the like main guys on that team, it didn't really make sense. So now bring him onto a contender like the Warriors, where he can just do his role properly. Like, it's perfect, perfect for him. And yeah, Jordan Poole, another player. I guess these are the guys I'm going to talk about. Um, but Jordan Poole, I guess this is the last Warriors player I'll talk about. 15 points tonight. And he just took a big leap this year. He had so much doubters and haters coming out of college. People were saying, "Oh, this was the worst pick in the draft when the Warriors selected him in 2019." But no, he's proving everybody wrong. Huge improvement this year. Huge improvement. He averaged 18 to 18 this year. He averaged like closer to 10 points last year. So huge improvement. I think he should have won it most improved player. He didn't, but yeah, just huge improvement. And he's one for the future. He's only going to get better. He's 21, I think, 21, 22. And he's the Warriors' future. Like I said, this team has older players and also has the future. Um, I can compare it to like Real Madrid in soccer. Real Madrid have the best midfield in the world, but then they also sign players who are who are gonna be who are gonna be part of the they're young, really good talents, and they'll be the midfield for Real Madrid in a few years. Um, and yeah, this really just reminds me of that. You have the veteran guys, and then you have the younger guys. What pick was Jordan Poole? He was like 29. I mean, if we do a redraft on the 2019 NBA draft, he would go like top 10 probably. Like, he's not the best player from that draft. He could maybe even go top 5. I have to think about that, but um yeah, Kevon Looney. I mean, he stepped up big this season. Like, when Durant came and all that. In the beginning of his career, he had more of a role with the Warriors. When Durant came, it was more like for that few years, like 3 years or so, he had more of a limited role. But this year he had a really huge role, and even last season, I think he had a big role too. So, um, yeah, he's a great player. He had some good games in the playoffs as well. That's pretty much it about the Warriors. I mean, there was a lot of concerns about the Warriors this year, and Steph Curry himself. Steph Curry broke the NBA shooting record this season, most threes by a player ever in the regular season, I think it was. So he's the greatest shooter of all time. And then he struggled after that. He really did. Until the end of the season, he wasn't really the same. He was in MVP talks in the beginning of the year, and then after that, just after that record he broke, never was in it again. Um, but yeah, I mean, the Warriors did struggle in the regular season, third seed, but they come out and win the championship. They turned up at the perfect time. And yeah, just yeah. And then let's talk about the Celtics. I probably should have talked about the Celtics first and then went on to the Warriors, but whatever. The Boston Celtics, this is huge for them. Getting to the NBA Finals was huge for them. It's unfortunate they couldn't get away with the win. You know, it would have been huge if they got the win. This young team getting the win, that would have been crazy. But it was a very interesting season. They started out 23-24, something like that. They had a losing record, turned everything around, got the second seed, beat the Nets in the first round, then beat the Bucks in seven, then beat the Heat in seven, and now they're here. Now they got to the finals, but came up short. But I mean, the opponents they beat, that's crazy. And the Nets, they swept them. The Nets have the best, probably one of the best players in the NBA, two of the best players in the NBA. They beat the Bucks, who have the best player in the NBA. Then the Heat, who have a great team as well. So I mean, I'm really looking forward to the future of this team because this is a younger team. This isn't really an older team. This is a younger team, and there's a lot of positives you can take away from this season. We're gonna go over that. Jason Tatum, he's a future star. Uh, he did fold in the playoffs a little bit. Not gonna lie, 2 games in the NBA Finals where he didn't play that well, but he can only get better. He's gonna learn from this, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see him back in the NBA Finals in a few years. Jalen Brown, him and Tatum are a great duo. People were saying in the beginning of the season in January time, these two can't play together. One of them has to be traded. No, they proved everybody wrong, and got this team to the NBA Finals. This was a great defensive team. Robert Williams, that's the center for the future right there. I mean, I talked about this in a video a few videos ago. um, the only problem with Al Horford's old. Yeah, I'll talk about him soon. But Robert Williams, I talked about this in like a few videos ago when they won. His defensive presence is so good. I didn't even realize it until this playoff run. I mean, you see even today, 5 blocks right here. He had 5 blocks. And he's playing with like a torn. He's playing with a huge knee injury. So I mean, he's playing with a huge knee injury. He scored 10, and he's a lob threat. So Robert Williams, I'm really looking forward to watching him more. I didn't really watch him in the regular season, but I noticed in the playoffs, he's probably one of the best defenders in the NBA. And yeah, I didn't really realize how good he was until this playoff run. And yeah, hopefully they can keep all these guys together. I don't really know what the contract situation is with everybody, um, but yeah, Al Horford, he had a good season as well in the playoffs. And he scored 19 tonight, 14 rebounds. Marcus Smart, DPOY of the year, Defensive Player of the Year. He kind of got cooked by Curry though this series. But nobody can really defend Stephen Curry that well. Not even the DPOY. But Marcus Smart, great season from him and well deserved DPOY. Um, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see what the Celtics can do next year. I really am. And and yeah, just yeah, it's really good. I really enjoyed seeing them turn their season around. I'm not a Celtics fan at all. I don't like either of these teams, but it was really cool to see them turn their season around and get to the NBA Finals. That's a really good storyline right there. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Golden State, they win their fifth franchise championship. Let me look it up. How many championships the Warriors? Okay, that's their seventh. Okay, in the modern NBA, it's their in like the NBA and ABA merger, it's their fifth. But dating back all the way to 1947, it's their seventh. But I mean, I guess we don't really count the two that they won before the ABA NBA merger, so we'll just count 1975, 2015, 2017, 2018, 2022. So that's their fifth championship. This is Stephen Curry's fourth, Clay Thompson's fourth, Draymond Green's fourth. Guys like Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, this is their first. So yeah, that's big right there. But yeah, Steph Curry wins his first Finals MVP. Finally does it after what was it 7 years ago, 2015 when Andre Iguodala won it. So yeah, huge, huge, huge right there for his legacy. Like I said earlier, but um, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. It was a good NBA season. I didn't really do that much NBA content until like the playoffs, but it was a good playoffs. I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's been years in the past where the playoffs have been better. There was a lot of like blowouts this year, but hoping for a better season next year. But yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, Stephen Curry Finals MVP. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll keep the NBA content coming. I guess the NBA draft is like in a week from today, so we'll be covering that. The soccer videos are gonna keep coming. The NFL videos are gonna be coming up soon, I think, as well. But yeah, if you guys like the video, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Should be the NBA draft. And yeah, see you in the next one.